Hi, welcome back to Heiner Builds Your Rides. Today on the episode we have a Troopy, another one. This one's very special. It's the last autograph vehicle that Andrew St. Pierre White is doing, so it's a very special one for us. Starting off at the front, we have the laser Sentinels, two of them, with a linear 36 on the roof, just to get that high view in the spread as you're going through tall grass where you can't use these. This antenna is for the Cel-Fi Go, located underneath the passenger seat. This one here is the XRS 370, which is a hideaway unit, which is located behind the dash. I'll talk about where the handpiece and all that mounts later. Let's look under the bonnet. Right, this Troopy, we've upgraded the alternator to a Endura 250 amp sealed brushless alternator. And then, so we have a winch isolator here for the worn 9,500 pound winch, just tucked in to the bull bar very nicely. So on the battery, we have our standard MIDI fuse holders on the battery clamp. The first MIDI fuse holder is running the Towpro and the rear Anderson, and then the second one is running the DC hub and the horns. So this customer has upgraded Heller supertone horns, just to, I guess, annoy people if they cut in front of him or anything, just to let them know. It's very, very loud. So let's head around to the cab and let's run you through all the switches. Almost forgot. 120 watt KT solar panel on the roof there. That's just to trickle charge the batteries while you're either stationary at home or at a campsite. But usually people go underneath the trees. So we have a solar input just behind the passenger seat. I'll show you where that is now. Here is your solar input where you can plug your solar blankets into. This customer has gone for two 300 watt KT solar blankets. And so that's where he can just plug it in. We've made up a little wire piece so it's all connected into each other, and so it can go to the one Anderson. We have the standard Travel Buddy 12 volt output here. So with this one you can plug in anything that has an Anderson, because it's just a 25 amp max output for you, but it's mainly for the Travel Buddy. Let's move to the front here. We've got the two twin USBs on the side of the dash here, one on the left hand side and one on the right hand side, just down to the right hand side where you are. We're running through the switches. We've got the two water pumps. So this is your tank water, which is blue, and then you got your external pickup, which is white. You got your water heater, so that's the 12 volt side of the water heater. The water heater also has 240 volt side, which is the 10 litre Duetto. We've got the compressor, which is mounted in the rear driver's side panel. 3 work lights. This is a standard place for the Troopy, just above the doors. So we got left, rear and right. They're all laser utility 25s with the yellow cover. And one more, we got the Cel-Fi Go, which I mentioned before, which is located underneath the passenger seat. That's just for your phone to pick up signal while you're out in the middle of nowhere. But you need to have at least 1 bar for it to boost your phone. So this customer's gone for the Snowmaster Leisure Series center console fridge. We just wired it up to the Egon DC Hub, so it's on constant power. All the controls are on the front here, where you can set your temperature, you can turn it on and off, you can set the run time, and then it's all nice little unit. It's got even USBs to charge down the front here. So it's a nice little unit, perfect for keeping road trip drinks all nice and cool for you. So on the 3 gull wings, we've done the orange and white national lunar lights. As you can see to your left, it's easy with these ones. It's all touch screen, not touch screen, it's all touch switch. So it's easy to operate. Just with your fingerprint, you just have to gently press it in and then you hold to change it to white. So it has 3 settings. With the brightest setting on white, you can go out to 10 meters of light, and then the brightest setting of orange will be about 5 meters of light. And then he's got these located in this gull wing, the rear one, and the front driver's side as well, and also on the rear door, but I'll show you that one later. Cool, let's move on. So with the 4 national lunars placed around the vehicle, you get a nice campfire light around the whole vehicle. And in this particular box is the kitchen box. It's pretty empty because obviously there's nothing in it, but we've strategically placed a twin GPO outlet that's run off the 3000 watt Victron inverter, which is controlled by the Cerbo GX Touch 50 screen, which is located at the rear of the vehicle. I'll show you that now. So this is the Touch 50 screen that I was talking about. This has all the information, what's going into your batteries, what's going out of your batteries, what's coming in through shore power, through your inverter. You've got your tank level, so how full your water tank is, standard time, and then so this screen shows you where everything's going. So at the moment we're doing 20 watts, which is all the national lunar lights on. If I was to just say turn the compressor on, that will obviously substantially go up. So at the rear of the vehicle on the driver's side drawer system, we've got 2 twin USBs, which are in the middle here. And then we've got 2 accessory sockets, which are on the outsides. There is an Anderson here, so that is above isolation. So if you have it at home and you isolate the DC system, you can put an AC charger into that to charge up your batteries ready for your next trip. So like I said before, you got the twin GPO. There's also one on the inside, same place. Your air compressor outlet, your water outlet, so that's just your outlet that mixes your tank and your external pickup, so it all comes out of there. We have the deconstructed water system, or water hub, in the center box, so I'll come show you that. So in the center box here, you have your deconstructed water hub. So you've got your 2 water pumps, one for the tank water, which is all the blue hoses are going to, and then one for your external pickup, which all the black hoses is going to. That's just so you can differentiate what water pump does what. And the good thing about this is your external pickup does not mix with your tank water because of the one-way valves in the system. 3000 watt inverter, like I said before, big multi-plus. You can run anything off it, all your household appliances. This customer's eventually going to be doing induction cooking, so that's why we've put that one in for him. Powering that, 250 amp hour batteries with 175 amp hour discharge each, so that means 350 amp hours continuously all up. And then moving down to the front, you've got your Egon DC Hub. So this is the powerhouse for the whole system. Everything runs through here. So you got your DC chargers, your lights, your switches, everything you can think of runs through here. On the side here, you got your isolator. So that just isolates the system when you're not using it, like it's parked at home. And and it's going to be parked there for a while, you can just isolate it and put the AC charger on the Anderson at the back, and then to make sure that your batteries are always full and ready to go for when you're going to be going on a trip. So with the Touch 50, the Cerbo GX, which is the brains of the system, which is this little unit here, so that connects all the Victron appliances to the Touch 50 screen. So that reads all the data. Paired with the shunt, and then so you can get your current in, current out, your voltage from your start battery, your second batteries, or sorry, your house batteries, and then that will show you everything that's going in and out of the batteries. So nicely tucked in into the dead space of the Troopy, we have the two Orion TR Smart DC to DC chargers. They are ignition triggered, so they will turn on when you turn the ignition on, just to ramp up the efficiency of the chargers. Underneath the chargers is your 3G, 4G modem, so that allows you to access your vehicle when you're not in the vehicle, so you can access it from work, you can access it from anywhere in the country. As long as your Cerbo GX is connected to Wi-Fi, you can access that remotely. And then opposite that, we have remote switching. So the customer has opted for the lights to be all remote switched. So you have all the lasers, so the rear, and then you got left and then right. So tucked in this little pocket here, we have a junction box. All the connections from the roof, from the switches, is all in this little junction box. Opposite that, we have the 30 amp MPPT that regulates the roof solar and the solar input for us. So here is your shower outlet, because he's got the quick pitch shower tent just above this gull wing, so he can have nice warm showers with the 10 litre Duetto when he's out in the bush where there's no hot water available. He's always got hot water. And good thing about having a 3000 watt inverter is you can just turn the inverter on, and then the hot water is already plugged into 240, and that will heat the water up in about 20 to 30 minutes. Nice and hot. You have your temperature regulator next to your water pumps, and that will regulate the temperature that comes out of your hose. So moving on to the tent. Heaps of room. I'm 6'2", so I could stand up easily all the way up to here. You fit 4 people in here. Heaps of room to move. So all your bed and blankets and maybe not pillows, but all that can be in the tent ready for you to pack away and go. We have 2 twin USBs in the front of the tent where the customer's feed is. We've installed an Anderson and 2 Hella Goosenecks 150mm lights on either side of the tent for each person. Good thing about having an Anderson there, you can extra charging for stuff that isn't USB. You can also run a Scirocco fan if it gets nice and toasty up there in the summer. And then we have your standard lights and little goosenecks here as well. They all come with the tent. So this is the quick pitch drawer system. We've got 2 half drawers, 1 full drawer, and then another half drawer for maximum storage. They all come out the full way. And then we have a little pocket here, which is just extra storage. You can put all your towels, shoes, whatever you want. In here we have the ARB case that the compressor comes with, and that everything in there is everything to do with this compressor. So your hose, fittings, all that in there, paperwork. And then if you just want to jump in here, we have the ARB twin compressor, and then we also have the twin GPO that powers the Duetto hot water system. So the 10-litre Duetto, so that controls all the hot water system. That is powered through 12 volt and through the inverter, which is plugged in at the twin GPO, so you can have hot water wherever you go. So let me just show you the 240 volt inlet. I'll just have to close all this up. There you go. So this is the shore power inlet. So you just flick that up. Here's what I prepared earlier. Plug it into shore power, and then make sure the inverter's on, and then you can charge your batteries and run all your 240 volt appliances through shore power. So on the right side of the steering wheel, here we have the light bar switch, the horn switch, the driving light switch, so the spotlights, and then we have the Towpro control knob, which controls your trailer brakes strength. So we always have it on 0 until the customer plugs the trailer in, and then he can adjust it to whatever he wants. Last thing to do, Klarmann's tick of approval. This car's officially ready to drive anywhere. Have a good day.